There's nothing subtle about the messaging in the box office hit Barbie. It opens with an abortion scene. Little girls violently smash and dismember baby dolls as a way of rejecting motherhood in favor of their preferred, career-oriented Barbie doll. The Margot Robbie-fronted blockbuster spends the next 2 hours casting the patriarchy as the bane of American society. Barbie is another superhero movie. It's Wonder Woman and Black Panther in high heels, a movie meant to engender alliance among hardcore feminists, women of color, and attractive suburban white women. Barbie Land is the new Wakanda for recovering pick-me girls. It's a fantasy world where emancipated women rule a utopian paradise free of the expectations and ideas of men. Like the Black Panther movies, the popularity of Barbie is attached to the grievance it expresses. White colonizers destroyed Africa. That's the underlying gist of Black Panther. White men destroyed America. That's the gist of Barbie. The real point of both movie franchises is that men destroyed the world. Most people miss this point in the Black Panther. They fail to recognize that in the original Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa character simply followed the instructions of women. In the sequel, with T'Challa dead, his sister and a band of female warriors saved the planet. Hollywood is hammering a consistent theme. Men, regardless of color, owe women a debt. That's the point of Barbie. Men saddled women with the burden of motherhood. We designed a culture that teaches women that their primary value is their ability to reproduce and nurture the human that grows in their womb. This forced responsibility impeded women from reaching far bigger and more impactful aspirations. Men have bought these lies and distortions. We've spent more than 100 years paying reparations to the feminist movement for crimes we absolutely did not commit. Male guilt is the emotion driving much of the insanity we see around gender ideology, cancel culture, and the sexualization of kids. We've been convinced that the key to righting the world is for men to adopt the mindset and values of women. We've been hoodwinked into overemphasizing feelings. Hurting someone's feelings is now a capital offense. Words are as deadly as sticks and stones. It's not true. Not in a man's world. It's also equally untrue that men constructed a sexist society. Men constructed a society that allowed for and promoted the advancements that allow women to pretend they're the equal of men. If you removed trains, planes, and automobiles, the inventions of men, and we returned to traveling by feet and horseback, the feminist movement would disappear tomorrow. Take away skyscrapers and other tall buildings that allow us to live in cities, and the feminist movement would disappear. If we still lived on farms and in rural areas, women would not complain about a lack of equality. Women did not build skyscrapers. They weren't the roughnecks who fell to their deaths building the hotels and office spaces we now take for granted. The patriarchy has been unbelievably fair to women. On average, men live 7 less years than women. Men sacrifice their lives for the comfort of women. That has always been the case. We die in war. We honor the value of a woman's womb and her ability to reproduce life through the sacrifice of our own lives. Again, the Barbie movie opens with a rejection of motherhood. It argues that being a lawyer or an astronaut or doctor is far more important than being a mother. It's a ridiculous assertion. No other life form devalues motherhood the way modern feminists do. Motherhood is a supernatural power. The messaging coming from Hollywood, Barbie, and the feminist movement is anti-life. It's satanic. What other way is there to describe consistent messaging hostile to reproduction? Men have to quit apologizing for our history, particularly here in America. Our guilt and shame are being used to destroy this country. Men took incredible risk and suffered death so that women and former slaves could live free here in America. The people complaining the loudest and producing art that demonizes men would not make those kinds of sacrifices. They don't even understand sacrifice. They stand on the graves of our ancestors and feign victimhood to acquire power. They're cowards. They create fantasy worlds such as Barbie Land and Wakanda because they don't have the courage, values, and faith necessary to build anything that rivals America. Dressing up in pink outfits and dashikis and going to a movie allows them to feel like courageous men and women fighting oppression. It's embarrassing. It exposes their delusion and the necessity of patriarchal rulership. That's my fire starter.